So it's Tuesday night. We're working on some of the final adjustments that need to be made for fight night, July 20th, Sports Evo. Muay Thai purist Taylor Maquinita Becerra is going to be giving her tekpa from Professor Stephen Cow. Thank you very much for the fight. We went ahead and we gave you guys a word on your rematch. We're going to give you the rematch this week. Point boxing. Our boy Johnny is going to be going into the boxing trade. We want to give him some looks and some point boxing. It is fight week, but this one kind of feels like, it's just another mission. It's just another contract. That's all it is. We appreciate our opponents, but at the same time, we're going out there to show out and show what we do, who we are. We're letting you guys know what the fuck's going down. It's going down in Sacramento at the Sports Evo on July 20th. Check us out on Instagram to watch any of the highlight clips or the fights that we'll be streaming. With that said, we're ready for this one and the next one and the one after that. So it's Tuesday night. We're working on some of the final adjustments that need to be made for fight night, July 20th, Sports Evo. Muay Thai purist Taylor Maquinita Becerra is going to be giving her tekpa from Team Omni. Professor Stephen Cow, thank you very much for the fight. We went ahead and we gave you guys a word on your rematch. We're going to give you the rematch this week. Point boxing. Our boy Johnny is going to be going into the boxing trade. We want to give him some looks and some point boxing. It is fight week, but this one kind of feels like, it's just another mission. It's just another contract. That's all it is. We appreciate our opponents, but at the same time, we're going out there to show out and show what we do, who we are. We're letting you guys know what the fuck's going down. It's going down in Sacramento at the Sports Evo on July 20th. Check us out on Instagram to watch any of the highlight clips or the fights that we'll be streaming. With that said, we're ready for this one and the next one and the one after that. What's up, buddy? We good? We live? All right. Hot off the mats. Nobody's are back. Our boy Bullet.
Yeah.
Trying to get comfortable.
He wants the spotlight.
Yeah, welcome back to Combat Maquina podcast. Today we're bringing you a little kind of preview on what we're going to be doing this weekend over in Sacramento.
It's going to be a fun weekend.
Yeah, State Credit Union Convention Center. We have Taylor Maquinita Becerra making her trip back into the ring in the full contact realm. I could say, we delve in that. She also does pancration, a little bit of boxing. But this weekend it's going to be Muay Thai. Full contact.
Yes.
Out of all three, which one have you liked the best?
Pancreation.
Pancration. How come?
I like the cage more.
The cage.
The cage.
Yeah.
How about the gloves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel faster with the 4 ounce.
The 4 ounces.
I mean, hell yeah.
Freaking hands fly quick with those.
Yeah. They make more of an impact.
They do.
You know,
Yeah.
it's closer to
Yeah.
fist fight. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Also, too, the prodigy Johnny Pereira is going to be going into some point boxing. So that'll be, I want to say, I think, other than sparring, that'll be your first kind of go into boxing, huh?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah. How you feeling about that?
Pretty good. I mean, it's going to be point boxing, so just get in there and get some experience with the jab, working that jab from both
Working that jab.
stances. Yeah, moving.
It's actually, it's funny in boxing, the jab is the most important weapon, but in Maquina combat, it is for us too. We have other distance weapons, but the jab is something that I've taken from boxing, and I think what it does is it sets the not only the distance, but it sets the tone of how the fight's gonna go because it sets everything up.
Yeah.
What are you looking to do with your jab in your point boxing?
Set the distance to then switch angles, switch stances, set up the cross, set up the two.
Do you want to go to the body, looking for body shots?
If they're there,
Yeah,
I'll get the hands up. I'll make an opening.
that's right. And we're going to be open to competing whoever's on the mats.
Yep.
Anywhere within your weight range. So
You ever watch boxing in your own time?
Like the really popular fights, I will. Like just recently, there was I watched the Tank one.
They didn't fight.
Was it Tank or was it?
Who's the last person?
Tank Davis, yeah, against Martin.
Yeah,
Martin?
I watched that
I
one.
didn't see that fight.
So usually, like the popular ones, I'll watch them, but like the mainstream ones, the ones that aren't very.
Do you watch the MMA fights on the weekends when they have them?
I like watching the whole card. I like watching every single fight.
Yeah. Usually the prelims are way more exciting.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Well, the guy, they're trying to get that bump and
Yeah.
pay.
Yeah. They're
we
hungry.
all are, aren't we?
Uh-huh.
That's the ultimate goal. This weekend it's all amateur fights with both of them for now. But let's get back to Maquinita over here. All right. So when was your last fight?
March 2nd.
And was it the one at the Brewer?
Yeah.
So it was. This is the rematch already, right? So you've already gone against Lisette Dekpa from Omni Movement, and you barely got to look at the video because you're almost, it was one of those things where. How did you feel about the first that first fight with her? You personally, about the whole experience.
I felt like I wasn't breathing, like I was weaker in that fight. I wasn't really paying attention to your voice, so I didn't really hear what you were telling me to do. I was mostly just freaking out. She was strong, and when she grabbed me, I started to, that fight or flight mode just came on, and I stopped listening.
Yeah, you want to get away.
Yeah.
No. Well, what were the good things you think you took out of that first fight?
I think I circled it. I circled pretty well, and I hit her with a couple leg kicks, and I did that thing. That's probably about it.
Yeah, you had some good right hands.
Those
too.
twos were
Yeah.
landing.
Those twos were money. Yeah, those twos were money.
Yeah.
So, you got the decision in the first one, and it was a back and forth. I'm not gonna lie. If you would have dropped, if you would have got the L, we would have been okay with that. We're always okay with it because we bring the best of us in that moment, and if that's the way that day that's the way the cookie crumbles, we have to accept that. We're not gonna cry about that shit. But how did you feel after that W?
I didn't think I deserved it. I personally thought that she won the fight, I didn't think I executed the way I was supposed to, and I didn't feel like I earned it.
That's real. That's real. Yeah, that's real. Like I don't know a lot of these younger fighters around right now. I don't even know if they got the humility to say some shit like that. Yeah, your last opponent was just out the side of his damn neck the whole time. Yeah, yeah. Then he turned into Kobe Covington when the shit got hot. Yeah. I don't like that shit. Around here we keep it real. So thank you, man, for keeping it real on that one. But what are you expecting from your opponent in this rematch? Because it is kind of, what, 4 or 5 months, I believe.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, it was there. The opportunity was there, and we're always looking for fights. We don't really like downtime. But I mean, we'll take it for a little bit of recovery, but it's not like we stopped training. But on this turnaround, since it's kind of fresh, you and I went through the video,
Yeah.
and once you saw it on video, going into this fight, what do you want to really focus on?
I want to focus on getting away from her because I feel like she's gonna grab me. That's why we've been working on separation for this camp.
So the clinch,
The clinch,
the clinch game. Yeah, she did. She had some good knees in the clinch game. She was strong, and yeah, that's right. Anything else?
I'm expecting her to throw a lot of kicks like she did in the first fight, and her kicks were pretty hard too.
Yeah. So expect her to bring it.
Yeah,
That's right. And how do you feel about that?
I'm excited.
Yeah,
Nice.
good. That's right. So this next fight, I believe she's early on in the card. So how do you feel about that card placement?
Well, we're getting there pretty early, and I think I have a pretty good amount of time to warm up, get ready. So I think I'm pretty confident right now. So I'll most likely be confident on Saturday.
That's right. Well,
As
there's
far as
no.
placement, do you like the early fights? Do you like being earlier or later in the day?
I think I like being earlier. We get to leave earlier.
That's true. So it is.
Yeah, to get over to say, and then we can watch whatever fights. Yeah, go back. For me, it's like go back to class, go back to the study room right after a fight. I don't care. It's why not?
The time at those sports egos though does seem to go by a little bit quicker just because there's so much stuff going on.
Yeah, no, that, and then I think the way that we've done enough of them now to kind of with Johnny to be like they run really smooth.
They do.
And I do. I like that. I like that because your point boxing, I think, is starting a little bit earlier, about 11 or 12, I think. So by the time you're getting off of the mats, we're getting her ready to go to work. So that's beautiful. To me, that is a perfect day where we show up and everything goes bop, bop, bop. We fight, do our thing, take a shot, get the hell out of there. Yeah. Very business-like around here. I know that's boring for some motherfuckers, but, for us, it's like we work our asses off to do that, to go out there and have a little bit of fun. It sounds like a great, go eat some sushi, yeah. Oh, man. So, hey, how many times you looking to spar on Saturday? How many times you open to spar on Saturday?
However many people are there.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Whatever they'll let you do.
Yeah. 5, I don't care.
Yeah.
6, 7, I don't care.
Yeah.
How long
It's only-
I don't know.
1 minute.
I think when she did it, I think it did it a minute and a half. I think there were a minute and a half when she did it.
It's not very long.
No, it's not very long. It's like warm up. It's
Yeah.
warm up for Maquina.
Especially just boxing.
Yeah. Easy with the just boxing. There's some badasses out there.
There
bro.
are.
There's some badass. You gotta
A lot-
give everybody
A lot,
respect.
lot less you have to, a lot less you have to worry about.
Respect it.
No, yeah. Well, here's the thing about boxing, and it's you can see the two weapons that can hurt you at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And for us, because we started off just throwing the kitchen sink at you guys. I mean, when you were coming up, I just threw the fucking kitchen sink at you, let you see everything. We did the same thing with him. We're doing the same thing with her, and you know, there's levels to it though. There's levels to building a fighting machine, and it's something that I think a lot of fighters today they they how do you say, they kind of downplay it. You know, they think because they're good athletes in one area or another that it's going to automatically translate. You know, because they're big and they're powerful, or because they're strong. You know, the way we train around here, we don't depend on stuff like that. We rely on hard work, and I'd like you guys to share a little bit of your evolution, because it's not just about the evolution of your guys' skills, fighting skills, or of your guys' careers, but I believe it's gone a lot into your characters, into the way you guys deal with other things in life. And I think, you know, I kind of want people out there to be like, you know, fighters don't just evolve in fighting. Evolution is something that it's our right, it's our birthright as human beings to evolve. That's what we do. That's how we got here. You know, so from your guys' points of view, please share with me your guys' evolution, and in the training, and then in the performing, and then in the having to deal with the outcomes, win, lose, or draw. We can start with let's start with Esteban.
I want to hear them first.
Yeah. You want to hear them first? Oh, all right. Well, let's take a fucking vote on that. All right. I'm thinking you're the most experienced. You went through, honestly, through my whole. You were a learning experience. So I think the hard knocks should be covered first, because they've all gotten the trickle down effect of that. Because I don't prepare anybody exactly like you got prepared anymore.
Right.
Yeah, you and Aaron coming up.
They're the guinea pigs.
You guys were the guinea pigs.
Uh-huh.
So, well, should we go first with that, or should we go last with that?
I don't really think about, like, I don't necessarily bring myself back to like the past very often to think about those times, because that just brought back a whole bunch to the training. Just as far as the training as how we do it now to how it was back then, it was definitely a lot more rough and rowdy back then when it was just us. Yeah, a little more grimy.
Yeah.
I would say.
Well, and initially, you guys were my first students.
Yeah.
That were going to compete. So in my mind at that time, and we still do it. We do it with this new generation. Is we get them comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yes, you have to if you're getting into a fight.
Yeah. So with you guys, the uncomfortable is me just dropping bees on you from every angle. You know what I'm saying? And you guys having to stay calm, adjust your footwork and your defense to what was getting thrown at you.
Yeah.
And it was very kind of fucking, you know, trial
and error based.
Yeah, forged in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it was sink or swim.
Yeah.
And
but I like that I think that's why I stuck around though, because like that's my personality wise. I'm very lenient towards that kind of stuff, like stuff that's hard and challenging, and like I genuinely enjoy doing things like that. So like through all that time, and even now, so that things are still really, really difficult, I'm having fun.
Yeah. No, but that was it. And remember when I first started training you guys, I told you guys I'm coaching you through a fighter's eyes, and through a fighter's heart, and through a fighter's energy.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know, I don't know how to coach. I'm going to learn how to coach, you know, but one of the things that I do not regret, and I won't change it going into the future, building these young machines, is that they have to be forged in fire.
Yeah.
That mind needs to be fortified and strengthened in the chaos or the progression of the fighter and the evolution of the fighter will never really happen. You'll be lying to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we've ran into a lot of your opponents and a lot of Aaron's opponents and a lot of opponents that you've faced and the ones that you're going to face in the future that you're going to go in there and you guys are going to lock horns with them and they're going to realize real quick, oh shit.
Mm-hmm. It's real.
This hurts and they're not stopping.
Yeah.
And if I hit them and I think I hurt them, but I don't hurt them, and then they're still hurting me now, you know, it gets real where a lot of fighters that in your amateur career, I don't even think they fight anymore.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Even your last
Big
opponent and probably throw a little more salt in his fucking wounds, but I think he's moving up to 145 because
Yeah.
you know, the 135 weight.
He was cutting a lot of weight.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and again, and that, you know, he could have got way more damaged with volume.
Yeah.
And you might honestly, anybody that starts thinking like that you could have finished his career if you would have fucking, you know. So that's the way we fucking train, though. That's the way we train. We train for you to go in there and you better have your best shit on that night, ready to not only defend yourself and be aggressive, but give the fans what they want. Give your brand and your gym and your training partners the respect.
You've definitely come up with the recipe to build a fighting savage.
Yes. Yeah. And I've taken great joy in my passion because that's the way I wanted to convey it to you guys.
Yeah.
That's the way. So mission fucking accomplished.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was the beginning. The beginning was ass whoopings until you learned how to fight back.
Uh-huh.
You know, and you guys were willing, and that's why honestly it's not that easy getting you guys fights, and I'm okay with that because I know that the guys that are going to step up and fight you guys are going to be gamers until they get in that fucking cage.
Yeah.
And then on that day, win, lose, or draw, I'm telling you, we're going to find out if you're really a fighter. We're going to find out if you're really a fighter, because that is the evolution of this fight game is, you know, it's gone through these whole phases. At the beginning, it was all kinds of different martial arts getting in there. And then it became, okay, now people started specializing.
Yeah, people found out what works.
Yeah. So then jiu-jitsu came in and it overtook the sport, and then people started realizing how to defend and neutralize jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And pound on it, and then ground and pound, and this sambo type wrestling is now taking over,
Russians.
It's an evolution. We have to either be part of it or sit back and just watch it and enjoy it. For us, we're in it.
Yeah.
So we're part of it. So we have to continue to do it. And that is the passion that Maquina Combat and Maquina Combat fighters and representatives that they move forward with is that we're fighters. We're working class folk that are willing to fight for what we believe in and apply the skills and the tactics that we've learned through hard work. And that's exciting. That's exciting for a creator of, so I'm glad that you're still here, bro. And we're pushing forward and getting to express that, there's another way to fight.
Yeah.
And be everything that the mainstream wants us to be, which is exciting, finishing, and reliable. Because fuck, man, there is reliability in this fight game. Holy crap. We got in it thinking that everybody was fighters and everybody wanted to fight. And now we're fucking politicians and, fucking YouTubers, and we're doing something else.
Social media influencers.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Next down the line, the Prodigy. And your start, man, was actually really freaking cool, because once I had got these guys started, your late grandfather, Huito. Our guy, right, used to bring you in, and he would watch you, and he would watch your progression, and then he started watching what I would do with the guys, and then he used to love it. He used to love it. He used to love watching me beat up on Aaron. I know it. I know it. He used to love it. He used to love it. So
I still enjoy it.
you still enjoy it? Yeah, well, if you're out there, you hear that. No, but and I remember him asking me, like, Johnny's ready to compete, and I the first thing I thought was, well, I'm gonna train him like a man, and he was all for that. He was all for that, and from that point on, I was like, all right, cool.
How much do you think you weighed when you first started training? How old were you?
I was 7.
You were 7. How much do you think you weighed?
In 3rd grade, do you guys know how old you were in 3rd grade?
How old I was in 3rd grade?
Yeah, like how.
Don't ask me, bro.
3rd
She's the
grader?
closest.
8? I think when I was 8, I was 90 pounds.
Okay.
So I was probably around 80 to 90 pounds when I got here.
So 80, let's say 80 pounds. We were his training partners. 3 grown men. 3 grown 100+ pound men.
Yeah, well, and again, you're being forged in fire through here look different than theirs, and I had to adjust it.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, going back, looking at it again, not a decision I really regret, right? Because I think there's a fucking pile of belts over there that says that when it's showtime, you show up. So again, your evolution, all right? How do you look back at it now, if you were to look back at it? Yeah, fucker, you could talk today.
Let's see.
Young man.
I mean, I've never really noticed any like advancements or evolution in the way I fight, I guess. But I guess I've seen more wins than losses in the recent years. So I'd say obviously something's going right. So
Do you not watch video of them?
I mean, I see my videos and stuff, and I'm switching
What do you
stances.
think when you look at your videos? Yeah, what's your?
Amazing.
I just think that the other guys weren't very good.
Okay.
Like I don't think I'm like very good.
Yeah.
But
That's
I think it's
good
just the other people aren't
That's a
very
good mindset.
aren't as good.
At least not on that night at that moment.
Yes.
Because when you put it all together, right?
Then everything I'm doing is very like smooth sometimes, and sometimes I'll make errors. But then again, I don't look at stuff as I do the fights that I'm in as real fights, because I'm still wearing the headgear and the shin guards. I just don't consider that a real fight yet. So I don't really look at myself as being a real fighter until I'm wearing those 4-ounce gloves. And I've always thought that with the headgear and the shin guards. So I'm just waiting for the day.
Some kids are waiting to get their license and get their cars, and you're just waiting for the day where you can smack a motherfucker for real.
Yeah.
Nice. Again, but you're sharing your part. That's the way you've evolved. And everything around you has reinforced and kind of pushed you in that direction.
Yes.
Correct.
All the hard work here and the dedication and all the
mindset stuff.
Yes, everything.
Yes. Yeah. Even so that you were saying in your last fight, it just felt like, we talked about the flow state.
Yeah. I've never heard of that before. But
You never heard of that? Did you read about that?
I watched a video. Yes.
You watched the video? Oh, you watched the video.
Was,
that's what kids do today.
was,
you guys know
Donald
the videos on it. Yeah, that's right.
He was talking. Donald Cerrone was talking about it, the cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about how his best highlights and knockouts and combos were when he was in the flow state. He talked about his I guess it's a famous combo. It was just a level change of 1, 2.
The high low.
Yeah.
The high
He
low.
was in the flow state with that one.
Yeah,
totally
and then he throws a kick to the head. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And with us, and this is what I've been trying to train you guys throughout the years, or training you guys throughout the years, I should say, is to get in a flow with your body, with your own body, with your movement. And if you can get in that flow with your own body, and you can go with the punches and roll with them, and then come back with the counters, and then readjust positioning to do the same from a different angle. Oh man, we used to play around. And I used to tell you, it's like a roller coaster, man. It's fun, dude. And, and it's ultimately, I just want to see all you guys functioning like that, because if you guys can execute on fight night, it'll be, I think we talked about it, like a disembodiment, almost
You were
like,
talking to me about it earlier.
yeah, the mindfulness training, and getting so good at being mindful and being in the present, that you almost have it like almost like an out of body type of experience.
Watching yourself experience something. I experienced that in my first fight, the very first one I did at King of the Cage,
Mhm.
where like it felt like I was watching myself fight from cameras. It's a trip.
Yeah, it's a
It's
trip. Yeah, and again, at that time, you were learning to hone all that stuff, and you still are.
Yeah.
I still am too.
Yeah.
I'm still doing it too, to where it does everything. You know what's going to happen before it happens, and you just roll with it the way you're supposed to. Bless you. Got you, girl. But yeah, no. That you started to feel that, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And that is really where, you know how the way we exercise, and it becomes this kind of labyrinth, this pattern, that it becomes rhythmic, and you just do it, and you kind of forget, but remember.
Yeah.
And then you're just doing it.
Once you do think about it, you forget.
Once you do, right, you
Yeah.
got to go. You got to let it go, right? That is why, because that is what we're trying to accomplish in here. In here, until you get comfortable with the uncomfortable, it can't happen in here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's why, that's the first thing I addressed with you.
Mm-hmm.
And him training with grown men,
Yeah.
we modified it for him. But
Obviously, yeah.
yeah. But we did it for him too.
Yeah.
You know, so there is something in the recipe.
Uh-huh.
You know, there is, it can be modified. Just like I can modify the exercises that we do. Dude, I'm telling you, after we do them on Monday, I have an 80-year-old that comes in at about 9:15, 9:20.
And that 80-year-old is a savage.
And he's a savage, bro. So that is really where, the training allows an individual that wants to focus, stay humble, and continue to work, allows them to continue to evolve.
Yeah.
And progress and accomplish. You know what I'm saying? And it's awesome.
When I first started coming here, that was one of the things that caught my eye that made me want to keep coming back, because I was already in pretty good shape, at least from my perspective, because I was young and I was really into lifting weights.
Yeah,
so
you were buff, dude. You were buff. Yeah,
I was really, really, really strong, stronger than the average person my age. But once I started doing the stuff here, I got leaner. My muscles were still as hard and dense, but I got smaller, which was more comfortable to my body because I didn't have to carry as much weight. But I felt just as, if not stronger, as I did when I was just doing that. Definitely more mobile, agile, and just able to do more stuff with my body. And I was like, whoa.
And physiologically,
yeah.
You get everything that we do here.
I do,
and that's why you're.
I've always been really into fitness.
Yeah,
nutrition as well.
And you get so you absolutely, you have felt your evolution.
Yeah,
I've
been very in tune with it and myself along the way.
That's right. That's right. And that's why I think it's people that experience it are perfect people to ask or teach.
Yes.
You know, so that is the evolution of training. Fighters, you know, the training is what sets you up to want to find out more of yourself.
Yeah.
It's not this repetitive, redundant, come in here, work out of the day of the fucking, it's right there on the
The
wall.
WOD.
Yeah, the wad of the day, you know. Yeah, I'm talking about shit.
I used to have to write one
It's
of those
repetitive.
when I
Yeah, you
worked
have to
at
really
Third
think you've
Republic.
done that,
Yeah.
right? And
Workout of the day. WOD. WOD.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
classic thing.
Yeah. So like if you go to a lot of gyms that do group classes and stuff, they'll have a little whiteboard. And it'll say WOD, workout of the day, and then they'll have a list of the exercises that you're doing for that session.
I thought it was WAD, so I was confused. That makes sense.
No.
W.
Hey, dude, that's how in the dark all motherfuckers are around here. I think she's probably the one that's up most on pop culture and shit that's going on out there. We're all cavemen around here. All we do is train and want to get better for ourselves and the people around us.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I don't fucking see
that's
that
a
as a
good
bad
thing.
thing. Eh?
That's
You
a
know,
very good thing.
if you run into me and I'm an asshole to you, then you might look at it as
You
a
might
bad thing.
deserve
But
it.
you know, whatever. It's working for these folks,
Uh-huh.
so I'm gonna keep fucking grinding.
Yeah.
But yes, the training, I think not everybody's gonna be a fighter. And I understand that
Mhm.
because I'm not trying to build fighters that don't want to fight. You know, but I am trying to build people
Yeah.
to be more efficient and take better care of themselves.
Mhm.
I'm trying to teach people to do that. And the training, it's funny because I point out the 80-year-old that comes in right after and does small portions of what we do, where it's like that's how we all are here. Everything runs parallel because everybody's got to fight.
Mhm.
Their fight's different,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So I like the way you
That's
guys
the way that
pointed
nature
out.
rolls.
Yeah.
Everything's got to fight to survive.
Yeah, but a lot of times we're habitual creatures, and
Mhm.
we allow our social circles, our careers, our jobs,
Or people become dependent on other things.
and it becomes this cycle to where, you know, evolution does stop.
Yeah.
It progression does stop.
Stalls.
That's why, you know, people, you know, they gain weight, they, you know, depression sets in, and you know, they're unhappy in their marriages or in their jobs.
Yeah.
You know, it's because you never really stop. You know, and if you do, it's funny how shit catches up to you in a negative manner.
It does.
You know, and that's why I
People
think that,
get toxic.
yeah, and you guys have utilized the training to become formidable fighters, you know, and but I think everybody can use it to just be
Yeah, just to better themselves.
better
'Cause
themselves.
That's like really the journey of all human beings. Is just
well,
better
if you
yourself.
think about it,
Whatever
you
it
know,
is that you want to do.
the end is going to happen anyways.
Yeah. So along
Would
the
you
way, why
rather?
not just
Yeah, I
do
want to
that?
kind of be in control. I just, you know, to the point to where I just want to go to sleep,
Right.
you know, and it's going to happen with all of us. And
Mhm.
I think we all deserve that dignity, you know, to be able to just go to sleep and have, you know, die of natural causes, whether it's at 70 years old, whether it's at 80 years old, whether it's at 90 years old, whatever your DNA strand is, I believe people should live, do, and be as contentful as they can in themselves, in their lives, in their bodies, up until that final dream night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really, you know, my training here is more about enhancing people's lives than making the ultimate fighter. But if you ask me how to make an ultimate fighter, well, we got the recipe for that too. It's not much different.
Mm-mm.
You know, it's just modified.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like we had the modified training for him when he was 10 years old,
Yeah.
like training with grown men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we were careful, but we didn't let up.
Yeah.
We applied certain responsible amounts of pressure to where we wouldn't damage or harm him.
Yeah.
But it would force him to, in that fight or flight, to where he had to respond.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which brings me to the next generation of Maquinas and being the first actual female fighter on our roster, you know, to be able to understand our training and continue forward in spite of, you know, whatever psychological things you've had in your mind being a girl, you know, and please share with us your evolution into becoming a fighter.
I didn't really pay attention to that either. But like I've only been fighting for what, a year now?
No, you're 14. You started, I think we took you out of dance. I think your last year I think you were 11 last year in dance, and you hung out for a little while.
Do you miss dance?
Yeah.
Do I miss dance?
Yeah.
A little bit,
Mm.
but like I see, like my dad's pointed out, like when we train, like I like to sometimes dance. Like it's definitely
That's getting into
helped.
a flow state.
It's definitely helped.
It does.
Dance has definitely helped.
Mhm.
In ways.
Anyway.
It's in my opinion too, it's also the mentality in dance is way different than what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Because dance, I'm sorry, dance moms out there, you're probably gonna throw shit at me. Yeah.
Our babies.
Dance moms are fucking the real dance moms of Atlanta or some shit like that are gonna get all pissed off at what I'm saying. But no, the reality is that dance, the mindset in dance compared to what you're doing now is holy crap. It's another another stratosphere.
Yeah, it was because I felt like dance came really easy to me. So when I did start, it was a little bit harder, and then I got like pretty good at it. And I started becoming like almost like a mentor to the little kids. And it kind of started to get boring because I wasn't learning anything new.
No challenges.
There was no challenges. And I stopped doing competitions.
That's that, and you pointed out something really good there is it started to get boring. And for any kid out there that's bored, you know, do you get away with telling me I'm bored?
No. You told me to stop being bored.
If you're bored, you're boring. I don't get bored. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So all you kids out there that are bored, you know, figure out why you're bored, why you're really, really bored. Because the reality is if you looked for a challenge,
go do a cartwheel.
They would start their evolution. Don't interrupt me on this fucking one, because there's a message to the fucking kiddos out there.
Sorry.
Yeah. If you guys stop fucking being bored, all right, and started to fucking challenge yourselves and got off your fucking idiot screens, all right, you might find out, not that you're some UFC fighter or anything like, but you have more to offer yourself and the people around you. And that's for every fucking teenager, young adult, or person having any kind of mental issues out there. If you challenge yourself, you might find out that you are worth the shit, that people don't have to do everything for you, and that you can evolve yourself into something very formidable, whatever it may be. Because in the end, that's evolution of training around here.
Yeah.
It's not exercise. We're not a fucking gym.
Mm-hmm.
We train. We train to get better at everything or anything we do, regardless of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, with you, I believe you trained for a year. I had you training not only at that time with the Alpha Pups class, but I think I also had you training with the evening class, which was all guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, all older adults in that class.
Yeah.
Right. So that was your kind of step up too. We didn't, try to coddle you and keep you with kids or anything like that. We brought you up with adults as well. Looking back at that, how do you think that played a role in your development?
It definitely did play like a big role, because I feel like if I was training with mostly girls, I probably wouldn't be fighting right now. I'd probably just stick to training. But fighting with like grown men, while I'm training with grown men, it kind of motivated me. It was like I wanted to be as strong and as good as like Esteban.
And you can.
Yeah.
And you've shown it.
Yeah.
And you've shown it. And that's a message to all the girls out there, right? You don't have to get into fighting. Train yourselves. Train yourselves to be stronger up here. Because if this is what matters. you know, and that's what I'm realizing in this whole fucking fight game. I don't give a shit how big and strong and how many muscles you can see in an individual. If what's in between their ears ain't clicking, then they're not scary at all.
No.
Not at all.
No.
You know, your mindset. How have you seen it change and kind of evolve, and your outlook? You know, because you were in you had gone to public schools in junior high, and it had gotten to the point to where, you know, I could see you veering
Yeah.
from a disciplined path, from the training path, from some of the stuff that we were trying to kind of pave your journey in life, you know. And in your opinion, how have you seen that progression and that change? How have you seen training and being more focused and competing? How have you seen that negatively or positively affect your evolution or your growth?
I think moving to like a charter school definitely helped. It helped me to stay determined and stay like responsible for myself. And it, without having any like people like at like without having any other people trying to interfere with it, it really helped.
And they didn't know they were interfering. They were
No.
just being they were just being teenagers
Yeah.
in middle school. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what they're doing is toxic
You're just
and
in a social circle.
and goofy. You know, and I say goofy just because
It
in the end, if you really want to accomplish something in life, you ain't gonna do it sitting around not doing nothing
Yeah.
and being bored.
Yeah.
And you're not
complaining
gonna
about
find.
it.
You're not always gonna find the shit on your phone. You might find a little bit more information on your phone or a little
But
bit
your phone's not
direction
gonna
on
do
your
it for
phone,
you.
but the phone is not going to do it for you.
No.
You know, so you're going in. This is, I believe, your fourth or your fifth full contact fight.
Oh yeah, I think it's my fifth. No, my fourth. I believe my fourth.
Yeah, your fourth. What are you understanding your evolution, and are you willing to embrace it moving forward?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it something that keeps you hungry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like after my last fight with Lisette Tekpa, I was angry at myself because I knew that I didn't execute the way that I needed to do. And I tried to tell myself, oh, because I only had a week to prepare, but I was like, that's not the
Yes.
reason.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
that's cool as shit, right? Because that's exactly what we teach here is you can't do that and move forward. You can't think,
No.
you can't put an excuse in front of anything and then expect you to benefit
Yeah.
moving
You gotta
forward.
be brutally honest with yourself.
You have to be
That way you can
brutally-
make the changes
Yeah,
necessary.
And I think we've talked about that too in the past too, about being, you know, critical and objective.
Yeah.
You know, and that's pretty cool because what, a year ago, do you think that you would have sounded the way you're sounding right now?
No.
No. How would you have sounded, do you think?
I probably would have still been
She
making
would have been like,
an excuse on why I lost the fight.
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah.
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 Well, in this one, do you feel like you have any excuses? Do you feel like you're prepared? You're healthy. Your mind is right. You can you see yourself going into this fight and executing and doing all the things that in that last fight that maybe you didn't do?
Yeah. I feel like last fight I was focusing on things that didn't really matter. This fight I started to do that, but then again, you're my coach and my dad, so you're looking out for me in both ways. And and you helped.
Yeah. I mean, I got to be a pain in your ass.
Yeah, but
But you know, we all need to hear the truth, and sometimes, you know, people get their own ulterior motives, and they give you advice based off their ulterior motives. I genuinely want all of you to succeed.
right.
And if it isn't in combat sports, it's in business,
Mhm.
it's in education, it's in, you know, whatever you guys want to do. And that goes for every person that walks through these doors. Because that is what has made our brand. That is what has made us. We're all Alpha Fit. We're all Maquina Combat.
Mhm.
We're, you know, and you know, it's definitely an honor for me to be able to share a room and a training room with you guys and anybody that comes in
Yeah.
to work out. I mean, it's I got a 65-year-old that comes in every Thursday, and it's funny because he came in initially because he was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and when we box, usually we have a round where they read and recognize the mitts, and then I have a round where I make them memorize numerical combos, right, to see how many punches they can remember in order, and it seems to help them. It seems to help their Parkinson's, right? And I got one guy that comes in and he'll go his first round, right, for about maybe 20 seconds. And then after that, he just wants to take my damn head off. But he's been here for 4 or 5 years, man. And sometimes you can't even tell he's got Parkinson's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's his program. That's what I do with him. If he wants to punch me in my damn face, you know, I'm a duck and dodge and do everything I can for yeah, but he tries his damnedest to take my head off. Matt, if you're out there, brother, love you. Because that's what gives him that feeling. It challenges him.
Yeah.
The dude's breathing hard. I mean, he goes 5 minutes. We go 2 5-minute rounds, and he tries to freaking hurt me. You got some video on that? Well, we'll put some video up on that. He tried, and I'm okay with doing a little less of the numerical stuff and the in how I approach their program. The numerical stuff is kind of clinical because we're addressing their degenerative neurological disease by having them pattern their cerebellum and their nervous system.
Yeah, you're firing
Yeah.
off those.
So it's kind of important to the program. But this dude has done so well trying to take my damn head off that's his progression, man. That's his evolution. He's in really good shape.
Yeah.
You know, he's in really good shape. If a 65, 66-year-old could chase your ass around the way he chases me around for 5 minutes, try to take my head, yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's his evolution. That's where he's taking.
That's his driving force.
That's his driving force. That's what keeps him, you know, and that's you know, people out there, you know, we use what we do here as a way for us to get better in all facets of life, not just combat sports. You know, you've said it before. We've talked to you about you applying some of the disciplines that you apply to training, applying them to school, and to chores, and to things that you just got to get done.
Basically everything.
Life.
Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
You said it there. You know what I'm saying? So that's really, you know, the evolution of fight training here at Alpha Fit with Maquina Combat is to universally approach everything like we're gonna defeat it or we're gonna compete in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we're literally every day, we don't realize how precious every day is, and it's not
taken away at any moment in time.
In a split
Just like
second.
that.
In a split second. And it
I don't even
has,
think about
and
it.
it always will. And you know, you guys are for our brand and for what we do, you guys are the pinnacle because you're combat athletes.
Yeah.
Right. So you guys have to be as sharp can be.
Right.
You know, to be able to do what we do and then do it under the pressure that you guys are constantly put under. You know, so, you know, pat yourselves on the back for that, because gyms and not to put them down. That's what makes us different. You know what I'm saying? Is that everything we do, you're going to apply this to, even when your fight career ends.
No, it's the mindset.
It's the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It's the mindset. It's universal. We can apply it to anything and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the evolution of fight training here at Alpha Fit. And that's the way we train our fighters. We raise them. We raise them to be fighters. And then what we do is we've had a lot of fighters come in here and train with us, but haven't worked out.
Never came back.
Never came back. We've had a lot of those, and then we've had some that have done well and then off and on, and, but never ever really kind of, got serious to the point to where they can compete with our brand, and for that, that's no knock on them. Get back on the horse in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Continue forward.
Find a little motivation.
Yeah.
Keep on going.
And just keep on going. So yeah, with that said, are we almost up? We're up? All right, cool. My timer said 5 minutes. I started it late though. So with that, hey, thanks for tuning in. If you tune in later, maybe you get something good out of this. The reality is this is all up to you. So we stay strong, and that's all we want for all the folks out there. Stay strong. So it's Tuesday night. We're teching. We're working on some of the final adjustments that need to be made for fight night, July 20th. Sports Evo, Muay Thai purist. Taylor Maquinita Becerra is going to be giving a tekpa from Team Omni. Professor Stephen Cow, thank you very much for the fight. We went ahead and we gave you guys a word on your rematch. We're going to give you the rematch this week. Point boxing. Our boy Johnny is going to be going into the boxing trade. We want to give him some looks and some point boxing. Fight week, but this one kind of feels like, it's just another mission. It's just another contract. That's all it is. We appreciate our opponents, but at the same time, we're going out there to show out and show what we do, who we are. We're letting you guys know what the fuck's going down. It's going down in Sacramento at the Sports Evo on July 20th. Check us out on Instagram to watch any of the highlight clips or the fights that we'll be streaming. With that said, we're ready for this one and the next one and the one after that.